Izabela.
Thank you. I'll try and talk a little bit through the eyes of students and perhaps more towards students than towards faculty, but we are all concerned because we're all in this together. It was actually a question or a comment made even today. Why do we go to the university? Why do students go to the university? Why do we care for a degree? Is it because we believe that once we obtain a degree, we will find a better job? Maybe. That might be an option. But is it just the degree or perhaps the knowledge tied to it? That's debatable, I think, nowadays, which is a pity. Perhaps some people go to the university because they're passionate about education. They believe that education can lead them to a growth, to a growth in their wisdom, and perhaps prepare them for life. I've always believed that. I thought, you don't necessarily need to know where you're going, but you need to know that you're going on the right way, and let it take you where it may. Now, we also heard our main speaker talk about diversity. What is diversity in universities? Is it racial diversity or national diversity, or are we talking about diversity of programs? Why would we need diversity of programs? Why can't we just all agree that 16 programs, namely 3 programs of all the programs are in this university, are the best? We will invest all our money there, and this university will thrive. Why can't we all agree to that? Perhaps we can. I personally cannot, because I believe diversity allows for us, the students, to come to this place, which to me means a place where you can communicate with experts and follow upon your curiosity, follow upon your interests, and discover where it is that you actually want to go. I did my undergraduate studies at the American University in Bulgaria. I was lucky enough to go to a university that had liberal arts style, which was very different from universities in my country. There you go basically to a department and you get stuck, and it's practically impossible to change your mind at 18 or 19. We should all know everything at 18. So I went to the university and I thought, okay, what should I study out of all the majors available? I thought computer science is probably the best. My brother was about to graduate in that. Job prospects are good. I think I can do it. Why not? So, okay, I was going to become a computer scientist, and then as part of my general education, those general education courses that are a waste of time, I took math. And I was hooked. I liked it better. Even though in high school I thought it's stupid, but don't tell anyone. And why was it? And actually, it wasn't just, I took linear algebra, and it just seemed, it's a lot more than I thought math was giving me in high school, just these equations that I didn't know what they mean. There was actually philosophy behind it, and you could explain all these different things. And I really cared for teaching. And this professor who was teaching linear algebra said, I think you're really good. Maybe you can teach next year. You can teach your fellow students in terms of tutorial. But I thought, oh, great, I'll get a classroom, and I can do whatever I want. And 1 year later, that happened. I volunteered to teach my fellow undergraduate students linear algebra. And that was just amazing, because the classroom was filled with students that hated math, but had to do it. I had to learn what I thought I knew. Hey, I took the course, I had an A, I knew it all. Well, not quite. When you teach it, you really, really go and learn. So teaching is not just about telling people, but it's also about learning. Now we see our university. Claire said we are now a part of U15, she told us that. And we are a research-intensive university. So if we actually go and see in a lot of the recommendations of the task forces, and I mean here the academic report, they focus on research programs, not so much on teaching, or it's not really clear. What do we mean by emphasis on research? So in mathematics, I prove this wonderful theorem and no one talks about it anymore? There has to be dissemination of knowledge as well. It accompanies research, it accompanies discovery. But I think us students should come to be able to follow their passion. Now, just a week ago, we heard about the tuition increases, right? Wonderful. And we heard that they have nothing to do with TransformUS. So as part of my role in Vice President Academic at the GSA, every month the executives go to a breakfast meeting with the president and several executives. So I asked, okay, now with these tuition increases, we heard what they are not a result of. What are they a result of, if I may understand? Well, they're supposed to improve the quality. And also, we are cheaper than other places, so we shouldn't be last. I said, I would love to be last in that. That would be wonderful. So it's going to improve the student experience. It's going to improve the quality. Okay. I said, so was that increase incorporated in the projections of the budget? And after a quite large circular discussion, finally, I got them to tell me, yes, it was. The tuition increase was accounted for, 4-point-some%, and it's accounted for every year. Now, correct me if I'm wrong, I think the budget was projected until 2016, so my fellow students will get another increase next year, and the year after. And we will get an improved quality of education, even though half of our programs will likely be gone. So I ask you all, is this the place we want to be in? Is this what we want? Well, we all have a say in this. We all have a vote in this. As students, we often think, and I often hear it, we are the customers of this place. What does that mean? You know, when you go and you shop for something, let's say, okay, I'm a girl shopping for dresses. Usually when you pay more, it's better. Apparently, that's the same argument for the tuition increase. You pay more, and your experience is going to be better. Is that how we pass exams? It's not hard work that has anything to do with it? Now, another thing with money, usually when we talk about resources, the more you share, the less you have. Is it the same with knowledge? Or is it the more you share, the more you collectively have? When we streamline and kill half of our programs to reinvest in just 3%, in just 16 programs that already take 20% of our budget, so a fifth of the pie going to 3%, is that going to improve the quality of education and the student experience? You tell me, and what are we going to do about it? I certainly am not happy to see this continue with this university. I love the idea of a university. I really, really believe in education, and I believe that this is the place to move our society and the vision of our society, and we should all speak up. Thank you.